Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on Lockdown Wednesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's turn our attention back to VNL, and of course, we're heading to the Wilson Storage Southern Saints in particular. And of course, we've got three of the captains join us right now from the Saints to tell us a bit about the season that was in 2021. And they join us right now. Thanks all three for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Now, I will get all three to introduce yourselves and tell us who you were captains for in your respective teams for the Wilson Storage Southern Saints.
Hi guys, my name's Tadiwa Kohande. I played in under-19s for the season of 2021 and I was vice captain in the team.
I'm Laura Cole and I was the captain of the under-19s team this year.
And Lachey, captain of the championship team for 2021.
First things first, Taddy, I believe in the recent VNL awards that you almost clean swept everyone in the 19s in a pretty tough competition, mind you. Of course, you got voted the MVP as well as all the other things, but I'm not going to worry about all the other things. I want to talk about the MVP in particular. And I must say, watching you play in the last game I got to see the Saints play, I fully think you deserve the MVP, by the way. Tell us, number one, were you surprised? And number two, how do you think you actually played personally yourself?
Compared to the season I played previously, I feel like I grew a lot. 2020 was a good year to just like get back on track and kind of like smash it out and get back on my fitness, get back on my mindset to smash out the season. I was surprised. I'm not going to lie, it was a shock. I was kind of like biting my nails because they had the votes out throughout the season. I kind of knew I was in the loop, but I wasn't sure because they didn't have it still the last 3 games. I wasn't sure if I was still going to sweep that award, but I did, and it was a fantastic feeling.
Obviously, when the award, did you receive like anything? Has it come in the mail yet?
Yeah, I did receive a glass plaque kind of thing that just stated that I won the MVP. I have it here. You want to see it? I don't know.
Yeah, if you got it with you.
Yeah. Okay. So I just like received this in the mail. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Which is exciting.
Laura and Lachey, this question. Obviously, Laura being the captain of the 19s and obviously Lachey being the captain of the champ. Tell us, I'm assuming that obviously both you, like all three teams train together. I guess tell us, I'm assuming both of you weren't surprised that Taddy got the MVP, were you?
Not surprised.
It's a great competition, the 19s. So whilst it's not surprising because Taddy's a legend, it's also a huge effort to win that award because there's great players across the field in under 19s, and in our own Saints team there's so many good players. So definitely not just an easy award to win, but yeah, Taddy she works so hard, so you see all that stuff off the court, but then when she's on the court she stands out, she does amazing stuff. So yeah, well deserved.
Laura, being captain with obviously with Taddy being your vice captain, how special is that for you to see her win?
I was so proud of her when I saw that she won. She has had an amazing season this year. Taddy and I have sort of gone through our whole Saints career together. So yeah, it was so special to see her win an award that like she deserved it so much. She's inspiring to play with, the way that she takes intercepts and the way that she's helped me lead our girls this year. Yeah, I'm so happy for her.
Start with champ first. I guess Lachey, tell us a bit about the season. I know it was a pretty tough season for the team. Tell us a bit about the season for champ.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I don't think maybe the scoreboard and the end results really reflected us as a team and how far we'd come, and there's a few close games in there that we just sort of didn't hit the strides that we needed to. So in a lot of ways that can be a bit tough, and then you add in the fact that it's another COVID affected year. across the board, it's hard to keep that motivation and keep pushing through. But then on the flip side, our girls did, and it was great to see us sort of still come together as a team. And we've got such a mix of players. So for us to sort of still pull all that together and have some really great moments and a lot of individual and team growth, regardless of that end result, it was still really nice to look back on that year and see how far we have come, and sort of sets the tone for where it can go to.
Now, I got to see your team play against City West Falcons, who end up finishing minor premiership. I thought you did a fantastic job, especially in that first half, to really get them off their game pretty early. I guess that must be at least some positive signs that you're pushing a lot of these top teams, I guess, throughout the season.
Yeah, I think that's probably one thing that we really focus on, and something to acknowledge too is, we're often in there, or we have great moments, or we hold teams to a certain point in the game, and it's just sort of putting those little bits and pieces together. There's a lot of teams that you miss a few goals here and there, or there's a few turnovers, and they're just always going to capitalise on that. They've got some really strong players to allow them to do that. So we're in that position where we've really got to push and work hard for that for the whole 4 quarters. You can't let anything slip. So, we're definitely in it, and we focus on that, and it's just how do we pull all that together to maintain it for the whole game.
19s. What an amazing season. Like, I saw you play against the City West Falcons. I think it was probably about 2-3 rounds before the season got called off. And you absolutely almost put the defending champs to the sword throughout most of that game. Obviously, you had some injury worries in that game as well. Tell us about the season. You finished in third, I think, second or third behind Peninsula and the Hawks. Tell us a bit about the season for the 19s.
We had an awesome season in under 19s this year. I think the main thing for us was that we had a really young side, but all of our younger girls really stepped up when they needed to. We had a bit of a slower start. Lost a few games early that we probably could have won, but after a few rounds, we really just had gelled together. Our connections were awesome. Everyone was playing their role, and we ended up finishing really, really strong. And we were super disappointed that we didn't get our chance at finals, because we knew that we were set to do pretty well. It was a disappointing year with the way it ended, but we were so happy with how we progressed throughout the year, and how we finished those last couple of games.
Just going off what Laura said, I think we had a beautiful year, an absolutely amazing year. Everyone came to training each week, and everyone came to the games focused, ready to win. Every game, we just all wanted to win. We were all fired up. So it was really good to see that from the girls. And as Laura said, it was kind of disappointing that we didn't get to play the finals that I think we deserved, because we did put a lot of effort into the season. But it also gives us a drive and gives us, the girls that are playing 19s next year, kind of a head start into the year, and kind of a goal to just make it into finals again and hopefully win the premiership.
I guess when I watched your 19s play in particular, now, obviously, one player I want to speak to both of you about is Zoe. Obviously, she's technically your training partner, but obviously she slipped into the lineup late in the year. Tell us a bit about Zoe's game in the mid-court.
So obviously Zoe started as a training partner with us, and then we had a bit of a few injuries in Div 1, and I actually ended up moving up to play with the Div 1 team. So Zoe kind of slotted in and took my position in the centre, and she just thrived. You could just tell that all the training and stuff she had done with us, she was just always listening, always learning, and she just fitted in with us so well. And really stepped up to the challenge, and it was so impressive to watch.
Yeah, as Laura said, she moved up to Div 1, so I was the one who worked with Zoe a lot, and she just slotted in perfectly. Every game, she was just there. She just drove. She put in effort. She really fat into the idea of an under 19s. And there was a couple of games at the start of the season she would sit for the bench for the whole 4 quarters, but you could see that she really like took in what we like did, looked at our structures, looked at the way we played. So when it was time for her to shine, she really shot. Yeah, she played her best.
There's a couple players in your team that had an awesome season, and you can't include yourself or each other.
I'll start
you
and then
go
we'll go to the girls. I think it was great across the board. There's so much to convict so many people for so many different reasons. But I know Ella's also moving up in her netball and has taken on a bit of a training partner role and working with a few of the top level netball teams. So for her to get something like that is really exciting, and it's nice to see her celebrated for her skills and development. And then we still have girls who are only new to VNL, like Steph, for example, is still pretty fresh, and she just soaks everything in and is still such a game changer each week. So you've got those people who are still have so much growth and development and already at that level. So definitely from the two ends, they've had fantastic games. And then we've had girls throughout the mids, you know, who've had injuries in the year. We've got girls like Lorna, who's come up from Div 1 and now playing champ, Sina, and a few of the 19s coming up and with Lance. So it's really hard to just pick one, but to see people come from so many different levels, go into that championship team and play against some really experienced quality players and completely hold their own, if not go above that. Exciting year for our girls. So very proud of them all.
I'll go next. I think Mia, she's a defender in our team, and she did so well this year. Well, like she made it into the state team. Unfortunately, they didn't actually get to play in the nationals, but I didn't even know her like effort is insane. Like she trains all the time. She's always like, I follow her on Instagram, she's always posting so many motivational quotes. She's always training, running, doing some sort of gym activity. Like the effort she puts in her netball is so inspirational, and she's like 3 years younger than me. So like it's just so amazing that she inspires me to go out and have a run, and she's only like 15 or 16, and she had an exceptional season this year, which is really good to watch.
Well, everyone in under 19s had an awesome season. The best thing about our team was that everyone just played their role so well. But I definitely think Mia, like Taddy said, really stood out as such a young player. She really was like the mum of our team. She was always keeping us all organised and providing the lollies at training and stuff. But she's just so motivated, and you won't meet someone that works harder than she does. I also think that our other vice captain, Dom, had a really good year. She was our overage player for the year, and we were so lucky to be able to have her controlling our goaling end all season. She had a really good season. And then some of our younger ones coming up as well from the development teams, like Millie and Lily, they both had really good seasons as well. So, yeah.
How special is to be captains and vice captain in your respective teams?
Being captain is like such a privilege. I think that Taddy will probably agree with me. We're always kind of used to being, you know, the younger ones in the team. So this year we were really excited to have that experience and be able to lead our team and our girls. It was, an honour, and we had so much fun. We had the best team to be captain of, and it was just an awesome opportunity for us this year.
Yeah, as Laura said, it was such an honour to be chosen as captains. But yeah, the last season we actually got to play on court. We are like the younger ones in the group, so we kind of just listened to what everyone else had to say, kind of like not voiceless, but we kind of just listened. Like there was no big so we just were led. But this year it was really nice to be co-captains with Dom, and then have Laura as our captain, because she led very well. And even when she went up, like I had seen her and like how she role modeled how to captain our team. So it was really nice to just like also slip into her role and be able to captain our team, not as well as she did, but have her as a role model. But yeah, it was nice. We had a good bunch of girls who would like really listen when we needed to be serious. They would really like put in their 2 cents if they thought that we weren't captaining well, which was really nice because everyone felt comfortable. But yeah.
And yeah, same as the girls. In a lot of ways, I think we're so lucky as a Saints family to have so many people who could captain. I'm happy to let my girls do their role, and across the board in all the teams, there's so many leaders out there. So I think captain's a bit of a title, and it's one that we're so lucky to have. It's great to be a leader, whether you've got the title or not. And we have so many of them. So I'll always be more than happy to play a leadership role, and especially as a club leader where I get to see all these fantastic players across all the teams and be able to sort of represent that is a real honour. But to do it for this particular club when you've got girls like Taddy and Laura just in spades across the whole club, I'm just so lucky to be a part of it, whether it's in a leadership role or just on the sidelines cheering. I'm very happy with any role I get to play in this little family. It's really a great honour.
Okay, as well as captain your champ team for the Saints, obviously you actually also coach for your local team, which is the Frankston YCW. Are you juggling captain and coaching?
Yeah, it's a keeps me busy through the year. In a lot of ways, it's great. They can go hand in hand. You get to take so much from a different setting and you can bring it into the other setting and vice versa. I've had times where maybe at Saints we didn't have a very successful week, and then I get to finish off at YC and we may have had a good week. So it can help your sort of energy throughout the week having that difference, and it's sort of you draw from one and the other. Definitely keeps me busy though, and it's a lot to take on, but I love my YCW family like I love my Saints family. So it's sort of at the end of the day, I'm very lucky to be part of both and get to have that input. So it's a lot, but it's also something I enjoy and gives me a lot back throughout the week. So I'm very lucky. How
did all three get involved in netball, and why did you choose it?
So I started my netball journey in New Zealand, actually. So my sister played for a team, and one day they just needed like a fill-in. And I remember I was in like grade 1, or like, so here would be like, yeah, so grade 1 here, so grade 2 over there. And they just needed fill-in. So I like ran in, got someone else's dress, wore it, and it was so big on me. And I just like went on the netball court. And from then on, I've just been obsessed with the sport.
We've always played sport. We're a sporting family. So it's always been netball was on top of all the other sports that we did. And just sort of as you went through the years, I think there's just such value in team sport and what you get out of a team sport. So at times we were doing other things, swimming, athletics and all that. But I guess we always came back to having that team and the competitiveness, and that you can always grow as an individual, but to do that with all your best mates and to have that environment is really special. So yeah, stuck with that as different sports faded out, and yeah, always come back to netball and what you can get from that.
Yeah, I'm the same. I grew up playing lots of different sports, but my mum has always been super involved with netball, and she was my Net Set Go coach and coached me all through my juniors and stuff. And I actually used to play a lot of basketball as well, but I eventually got to a point where I had to make the decision between netball and basketball, and I'm very happy that I chose netball. It's just such an amazing sport. You meet such amazing people, and the opportunities that I've had have been fantastic. So I'm very happy with my decision to stick with netball.
All three of you, what position do all you play on the court? And if you had a preferred position, we'd love to convince your coaches to put you next year. Where would that be?
I'm a defender, but I'm a very short defender for championships. So happy to move around if possible. I think just when you're not a goaler, you'd love to goal, because it's just like I watch some of our goalers and they're amazing, and that is not how my goaling life would go. I'd be shocking, but also that just seems to be the go-to when you're not a goaler. It's like, yeah, I'll have a go, I'll have a shot. It's just terrible.
I play wing defense, solely wing defense. just wing defense. I really like circle defense, but I was told I was too short to be a circle defender. So yeah, but I really love circle defense. So that would be my favorite position. Probably like goal defense. I'm too short, apparently.
I'm a centre, played centre all year in the under-19s, and then when I played Div 1, I was playing mostly wing defence. But I think goal defence is probably my favourite position. I play goal defence here in Shepparton, but when I go down to Melbourne to play, I'm way too short to play in the ring. So, get pushed out to either wing defence or centre. But goal defence probably my favourite position.
I'm assuming all you have a local club. Now, obviously, I've just mentioned Lachey's local club just a moment ago. But I'll ask the other two as well, this question, which is, you must have told us who your local clubs are.
So I am actually from Shepparton. So I travel down to Melbourne every week to play with the Saints. So my home club is Shepparton United, and I've played there for many years now. It's a bit of a change playing in Melbourne after so many years in Shep. But yeah,
I play for the Chelsea Seagulls Footy Netball Club on a Saturday, which is fun. And for that team, I'm able to play goal defense, which is really exciting.
Hey! So, Laura, you mentioned that you play for Shep United. I know there's quite a few players in the VNL that plays for Shep United, mainly for the Falcons, I'm pretty sure, off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's right.
So how does that go during the week when you might have to verse against them?
Yeah, so quite a few players that play in my team in Shep United play for Falcons. Jessie Barnes plays in the Div 1 team. Zoe Davies is in the champ team, and then Sophie Garner plays in the under-19s team. So when we played City West, I actually played under-19s and Div 1 that week. So I got to play against Jess and Sophie. It was pretty good. Unfortunately, Jess beat us by 1 goal.
Yes.
But it was a really good game. I'm just annoyed, though, that they all get to carpool together and I have to go all the way to Mentone by myself. But that's all right.
Have you asked them to, take a bit of a detour to go down to Mentone on there?
I think we train on different nights. I think they train on Sundays maybe. But
yes, they do.
That's right. Yeah.
What does the sport of netball mean to all three of you, and especially playing for the Wilson Storage Southern Saints?
Firstly, I've been at Wilson Storage Southern Saints for a very long time, or not very long, but quite a while, for about 4 years, because I started in the development squad and got asked to play for the development squad. And there's a couple of times where other teams have reached out to me and I'm like, oh, sorry, my loyalty is with Wilson Storage, because it's just such a nice environment. People only get to see what we put out on court, but at trainings you can see the family, how we're so close, and it's just a nice family. And even when we warm up, we all warm up together, we have a bit of a laugh. The environment is so nice and so warming. So I guess that's what I like about netball. All my other clubs, even Chelsea, the environment is just so warming. It's never too serious. When you're on court, that's when you're serious, obviously, but off court you still have a family around you, and I like it because it's not an individual sport, so you don't have the pressure for yourself. So if you have other issues outside of netball, you still have other people to turn to, and you have friends that you've made through those teams that you can still talk to as well, which I love about sport.
Yeah, very similar to Taddy, and as she mentioned, her local club and Saints is also the same, and I find that. So netball, I think what you see it do for so many different people at different points in their life with different things going on. Sometimes that's their outlet. It might be simply mums getting to play and have time for themselves, and it might be people who have other things going on at home and family time, and that's their little escape, or it's just where you have all your best mates and you get to come out and enjoy your time, be the best you that you can be. So I think sport does that for anyone, but particularly netball, it's just a really empowering sport where you get to play with a bunch of absolute legends and surrounded by awesome women throughout. So it's a really fantastic environment. And to play at Saints, as Taddy mentioned, it's so much more than just playing in at a VNL level where it can be quite serious and it's a pathway. So it's very different for everyone and they're trying to still constantly get there. But I guess at Saints, it feels like we're all trying to get there together and we're all moving and excited for each other's growth. So to be able to have that where it is really backing each other no matter what team you're in and you hope for the absolute best for yourself and every individual around you, I think is truly special. I'm not sure that other VNL clubs would have that same experience. So yeah, very lucky to be a part of that and happy to support all my Saints girls throughout.
Yeah, playing for Saints has been an amazing experience. I started at the club not knowing a single person, just being this little girl from Shep that travels 3 hours to get to training. And now I've made so many friends. And it was such a welcoming environment. Everyone talks to everyone in all the teams. It's just a family, which I think is the best thing about netball, is that you start as teammates but you end as family, and it's just been such a special ride at Saints, creating memories and friendships that will last a lot longer than our netball careers will.
So Laura, following up from that, have you convinced any of your teammates to make that 3-hour journey back to you in Shep?
Well, it's funny you say that actually, because I did message Taddy the other day asking if she wanted to play for Shep United, but she said she's already signed on with her club in Melbourne, which is a bit frustrating. But I would love to have a buddy on a road trip back home. It'd be awesome.
Are you thinking about going up to Shep next season to play with Laura?
Chelsea has already asked me and I kind of agreed already. So I'm kind of sad if I retract my statement and say that I'm playing at Shepparton. But maybe the year after, Laura, I'll come down.
I'll hold you to that, Taddy.
I was going to say, it's on record now, Laura.
Yeah.
Can't avoid it now, Taddy. Any highlights throughout your netball journey so far?
Even playing at this level is a huge highlight, and there's so many other ones you can do, and there's lots of little individual moments in games and throughout, and different awards and things you win as well. But to be able to play at this level is real credit to whoever gets there, and I'm sure there's a lot of girls who could still play this level and maybe haven't had that opportunity. So to be able to have somebody back you and support you in your ability and what you bring to the court over so many other girls that come through and hoping to play at that level is pretty amazing that we get to look back on this time. And I'm sure Laura and Taddy have still got a long way to go, and we'll continue to build even further than that. But to even be at this point is huge.
I definitely agree. Playing VNL is probably one of the best achievements you can reach on your netball pathway. It's such a valuable experience and an amazing opportunity that I'm so grateful that Saints gave me. So probably definitely a highlight, playing my first VNL game in the Saints dress.
Same as the girls, I feel like my biggest highlight would be playing at this level. And just the many opportunities that have come from playing on this level, and recognition and stuff like that has branched off, as well as obviously just recently winning MVP. But what
would be your advice to people that should get involved in netball, and especially at your local clubs?
Just do it. There's so many benefits. You meet so many new people, you make so many new friends, and just the community. Not only the girls who play in your team, but even the coaches, the managers that come in. You just make so many new friends, and it's just so nice. It's such a nice and warming environment. But
just totally agree with Taddy. It can be really scary when you don't know anyone, going to a new club, stepping out of your comfort zone, but it will be the best thing you ever do. Netball is such an amazing sport. The people you meet, the opportunities that you get, you definitely won't regret it. It will definitely make your life a lot better. So yeah, have a go.
Very much that. Why not? It's sort of like, and that's we've got men's netball that's up and coming as well. There's so many mixed teams out there. There's walking netball. There's different, if you face different difficulties or disabilities, there's so many different programs out there for a whole range of people. There's free netball at different places. So there's just something for everyone. And if you need support in finding that, go to Netball Vic and see the different opportunities there are. But otherwise, yeah, just reach out to local community groups and sporting groups near you, and they'll be able to help you, because that's just sort of the sporting community that it is, that they will support you in that. So yeah, absolutely do it, and just explore your different options. If you're not happy with one, you haven't found your little place yet, just try a few different ones. Don't let that get you down. And yeah, you'll definitely find your place and you'll love every minute of it.
Who had the most embarrassing moment on the court this season, and what was it? Knowing that some of your games are live streamed.
Tina is on the ground every game, and so is Gilly. I think they hit the deck every single game. So some of them are just really good to watch on repeat, is just them like sliding along the ground. I think some of my genuine netball skills are a bit of a laugh. Not quite as talented as Laura and Taddy, so it doesn't look as athletic at all. But yeah, there's just a few. I think some of the lols come in the conversations and the faces you make with each other when you just do something completely stupid and run into each other or make a mess of it, and you just look at your teammate like, what are we doing? We need to sort our lives out. But yeah, I think it's the ones who stack the most and the hardest are always good for me.
19s.
Gonna go?
I
can't think of any.
Okay.
Probably the most embarrassing moment was when I hurt myself and everyone was standing over me. That was very embarrassing.
Yes. Was that against the Falcons by any chance?
Yeah, it was.
It was right in front of me, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I was hoping you weren't going to mention that, but
no, I was trying to get off the court as quickly as I possibly could.
My next question is, who's the comedian, the best singer, the best dancer on the team?
I reckon Taddy thinks she might be the comedian of our team.
I think I am. I don't know. I know I am. I don't think.
Except there's only one person that laughs at her, and that's me. So.
What?
No, we have a singer in our team. Malia is always singing. Every training she's singing a different TikTok song, even while we're doing a drill. She's just singing off by herself, and then we all get the song stuck in our head and we're all doing TikTok dances during training, which I don't think our coaches would be too happy about, but
we have in Champ a lot of unintentional funny players where they say something seriously and it just gets me every time. Like they'll ask it. I know there's no stupid questions, but they'll ask a very stupid question, or it's like they say in advance, I'm sorry, I know this is going to be a silly question, and it's just like completely out of the blue. But Lorna and Kirsty, the twins of the team, they just live their own life and we're just surrounded by it, completely in their own world, going off on tangents, and it's just always hilarious. You don't know what's coming next. I don't think they know what's coming next. We just roll with it. So, yeah, it's definitely one of those things you just let them go and enjoy the show.
I think Laura might have already answered it, which is anyone on the team into their TikToks?
Our whole team is obsessed.
Our whole team. We have like a whole team of TikTokers.
I reckon we've done a team TikTok before, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because our team's full of 12-year-olds, so they're all obsessed with TikTok. Me and Taddy are a bit too old now.
Yeah.
We're not up with
We watch them and like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
We're too old for you.
Yeah, and then I think Champ players are even more beyond that. If anything, it's like life hacks that we're looking for on TikTok. Like that's what gets going with the girls. Development girls are doing the dances and stuff, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do it.
Right. I'm not going to ask what I was going to say as my follow-up, but anyway, I'll move on, which is, do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
Good tunes, and I'm like a braids and ribbon girl. I like to have ribbon in, maybe a braid or a funky hairstyle. That's the go-to if I've got time between work and netball. But otherwise, just some good tunes, chill out on the way, get pumped up and get into it.
I think the only pre-game ritual that I have is I have to tighten my shoelaces like just before I go out on court, which I'm usually on the ground while the coach is doing their last minute chat to us, tightening my shoelaces, but I can't go on the court without doing it. So
I don't think I really have one. I just have to have like a really good meal before I get on court. But yeah, that's about it.
Two final ones. Laura, this question particularly goes to you, considering you travel away from Shep to either training or game, but this is more about the game. Now, I know your team either plays on an 8:20 or 9, especially the 9:40 game, the very late one. So how do you manage, do you to play the game, which obviously probably finish about 10:30, 10:40, maybe 11 if you're lucky. I guess do you sleep on the way back to Shep?
Yeah, I'm very, very fortunate that I have the most supportive parents ever, and they are at every single game with me. So usually Dad's driving home, Mum's in the passenger seat asleep, and I'm spread out across the back seat asleep after those late games. Yeah, it's definitely not the best time to play. I definitely like when we've got the earlier game, but I just sleep in the back of the car. Back when I went to school, I would definitely always be late on a Thursday morning. But yeah, it's hard, but it's worth it.
Considering, I believe, obviously the Wilson Storage Southern Saints, obviously one of their sponsors is the St Kilda Football Club. Have any converted into a Saints supporter?
I'm a Saints supporter originally, which is hard work. St Kilda Football Club, please give me more. But yeah, I'm OG St Kilda supporter, so it's been handy to then go play this at the historic Southern Saints. But yeah, I'm not sure, Laura and Taddy, where you're at.
I've always been a Collingwood supporter. I think my family would probably disown me if I switched over to Saints. But it is really cool being able to train at their facilities and having that connection with them. It's been really cool.
I'm still a Kiwi at heart, so I just support NRL. I don't really support footy,
right, okay.
I would say I go for a team.
But you don't go for any other teams, so
yeah. So I guess Saints is my team.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Well, all three, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us. It's awesome having all three on the show. Best of luck going into 2022, and hopefully we actually get a full season. Hopefully for the first time in 3 years, actually get a full season in, and then hopefully I can't wait to see how the Wilson Storage Southern Saints. Hopefully all goes well in 2022.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
So much.
No worries. And of course, if you want to support the mighty Wilson Storage Southern Saints in 2022, we'll put all the details up on how you can get involved, especially those ones obviously that won the trial for the team as well. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.